Every so often, the replay crew finds a celebrity, an actor, or a musician. We target them, we stalk them, and we force them to be on our show. This is one of those days, everyone. I'm Andrew Reiner. This is Game Informer's Replay. We have a very special guest with us today. We have Kumail Nanjiani. Hello, sir. How you doing?
Good. I'm like totally caught up in this already. I'm in already.
Yeah, we spent a few minutes, or I guess maybe about a half hour in Game Informer's vault with you, and you know your games. You know your classic Genesis and Super Nintendo games. We're going to get into that very quickly. We also have Kyle Hilliard here.
Hey, I'm here.
Hello, hello. And Tim Turi.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Doing pretty good, dude.
Are we going to kill Dracula today?
Probably not today,
Probably. I don't think
but
that's gonna happen.
we'll kill
No.
some of his minions.
Yeah. They revived him again.
Tim, you're pretty good at Castlevania, though, so maybe you can make it.
You know, this was the one Castlevania I didn't play. Speaking of Genesis games, I played more of like Bloodlines and stuff. I don't know.
Bloodlines is great, but you didn't play this one. This one's awesome.
I beat it. I beat it like a couple years ago, but I didn't grow up with it.
Oh, okay. This one was cool because it was, when they were really pushing Mode 7. And so it had a lot of like scaling and rotation stuff. That's
oh,
really
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, the weird rotating rooms and stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of great stuff like that.
And with Mode 7 comes Slow Down.
Yeah.
There was a lot of that on Super Nintendo.
It's like an old bullet time.
But there's one level in this where it's like a bunch of chandeliers that are like creaking, and you can like it's like they're like creaking, and you had to jump from chandelier to chandelier, and it was so scary that I hit pause. It was the middle of the night. I hit pause on my controller and went home and went to sleep, and I couldn't even turn the machine off. That's how scared I was.
Wow.
And I woke up the next day and came back and beat it.
So, Kumail, I'll just get this out of the way here. You're on Silicon Valley. You've also been on Portlandia. You had a role on Community at one point, and you were in a video game yourself. You were in Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 1. You played Reggie.
That's right. I did. Episode 3.
Episode 3, sorry.
Season 2, Episode 3.
How was that?
It was really fun, but it was really hard. I didn't realize how hard it would be because all that game is all sort of based on player choice. So they'd be like, all right, now say this like they would kind of trust you, but also they shouldn't trust you. But it would make sense if they trust like this Mode 7 shit stuff.
Oh,
Can I
yeah,
swear?
that's really good.
Oh, yeah. Go
Yeah.
crazy.
So exciting.
I
Tim,
don't
you're
wanna-
making it
no,
look bad.
You gotta
No,
go
make
in.
it-
I want to go.
Get in there.
No, Dracula's
Get in
in there.
there.
No.
Second thoughts.
Oh, this is the refusal of the call. It's a classic trope.
This is, the vines growing.
I loved that you could like sort of go back behind the things too.
Oh, yeah, almost like Mario World style.
Yeah.
You could go. Yeah, and this was one of the first ones I think that actually had like 8 omnidirectional whip.
Yeah, and if you hold the whip down, you
yeah.
could do that stuff. And it took me like a couple weeks before I realized I could do that.
It's just like bring it is what he's kind of doing.
Yeah.
And you're getting upgrades for your whip, so it's getting longer, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
You start off with the leather whip, and then you can get the chain whip. God, this is a good song.
it is a great song.
Yeah.
When we
Good
were
baseline.
when we were chatting in the vault, Kumail, you mentioned like getting games in Japanese and stuff like this. Is this one that you were able to, when you were young, were you able to get this one in English and
No,
understand it? Or?
I had this one in Japanese, but it didn't really matter because this one you don't really need to know very much. But the game we were talking about was Quackshot, and there's a level in Quackshot, which is this Donald Duck meets Indiana Jones kind of game. Really underrated, I think.
Yeah, no, honestly, like the
Yeah.
sort of globetrotting, going everywhere from like the Antarctic to Mexico, and
There's one level where you're on a cliff and you have to get to another cliff, and when you jump, you don't see the platform until you're right above it. It was such a good level.
why'd you grow up playing Japanese games? Like,
Because that's mostly what we got in Pakistan, because
Oh, okay.
we're
Oh,
closer
okay.
to Japan, so we
Okay.
got, I had a Mega Drive, I didn't have a Genesis, I did have a Super Nintendo, not a Super Famicom, though, because my uncle lived in America and brought me one. But I did all that stuff, where you shave down the cartridge to like,
oh yeah, so it could
To make it fit?
Yeah, like modifying you can modify the console too.
I did all of that stuff. And then I had not a Game Genie. What was the one for the Genesis?
I think there was a Game Genie for Genesis too. Otherwise, there's Game Shark.
I think it was a Game Shark, and I had one for Mario Kart, because we only had the Japanese Mario Kart in the American system.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Tim, hit the B button.
Ruining the magic.
Close.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to throw my special button.
We're playing on Virtual Console, obviously.
Okay.
for some reason, this wasn't in our vault on Super Nintendo.
Is it really not?
Yeah, we don't have it.
Yeah, we Kumail was in here. We're going like in alphabetical order of like every game that came to mind we found.
Yeah.
But we don't have Castlevania, which is like one of the big. It was a launch title for the Super Nintendo, wasn't it? It was huge.
Tim, you're doing this wrong. Go check that corner. There might have been like a
Yeah.
Down here?
turkey in there or something.
Yeah, it's probably not that you need turkeys. You're doing great.
All
This
right.
is one thing. Like if you think you just sort of always take the stairs, but if you jump there, you go through the stairs. All right.
Okay.
That's right. All right,
We're
we're good.
I feel better about this.
We're
now.
clean.
Yeah.
I still can't remember how to hit. I paused it before. I'm trying to figure out how to throw my damn knife again.
Isn't up an attack?
Yeah. But now that it's omnidirectional,
Oh,
that's
gosh.
just you aim up. So.
No, I believe it was RB on. Right trigger on.
All right,
on
bear
the
with
old
me.
One.
All right,
There
it was. I hit
yeah.
the trigger before and not
They,
the
they were
shoulder button.
called shoulder buttons.
Yes, that's right.
They weren't triggers.
Not
yet.
RB. Yeah.
Oh, this part. Yeah.
I was so jealous of those because my cousin had a Super Nintendo and I had a Genesis, and he was like, "Look at all the extra buttons I have."
It's honestly, it's the grass is always greener thing, right? You
Yeah,
grew
well,
up with that too.
the Super Nintendo was pretty. Oh yeah, that guy's brutal.
That was not great.
Oh, your whip.
It's
yeah.
now it's just a piece of string, which isn't great. We'll get back there.
But yeah, the Genesis eventually got 6 buttons.
Yeah, they got the 6-button controller.
But it didn't seem like a lot of games used it.
Didn't Sonic have the
It's
same
like fighting game.
Yeah,
same
you could
action
use-
for all 3 buttons?
Yeah, you could use
Yeah.
the same
I
button.
always thought it was weird.
Obviously, Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter used it.
Oh yeah, all the fighters, the arcade fighters,
Yeah.
Eternal Champions, I think probably.
Eternal
used it.
Champions. I really convinced myself to love that game. I decided I was going to love that game.
We did a cover story on it.
Oh, that's right. I remember that cover.
Oh, nice. You go way back. I like
Yeah,
this.
I remember that cover.
Did you get Game Informer in Pakistan?
We would go to like this place where they would just have like a ton of old magazines. So I would just go and buy all the video game magazines, all the horror movie magazines, and all the Mad magazines I could find.
What like Fangoria and stuff? You're talking about as far as horror movies?
Yeah, I had like Fangoria and like those sci-fi, like, you know, like Trek Log and stuff like that. And but these were old magazines. What they would do is they would rip the cover off, or they would just like slash the cover, and then we'd go to these bazaars, and there would be like stacks and stacks of them. And I had so many Mad magazines, and I didn't find out until years later that I had the first issue of Mad magazine.
Whoa.
when I was a
not
kid.
bad.
What is that worth?
It was on a list of. I found that, you know, I figured out that I had it because it was on a list of like most valuable comic books.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I had that, and I hated it because it didn't look like a Mad magazine. It was smaller. It looked like a regular comic book, and I was like, this isn't Mad magazine. This sucks.
Yeah, it's worth thousands of dollars.
It was. I think it was like a few $1,000s. Yeah.
So you gave us a list of games that you're maybe interested in checking out, which they were all awesome. I was down with like you had like Castle of Illusion, World of Illusion, Golden Axe, Revenge of Shinobi, like some very near and dear Genesis games. But why did Super Castlevania stick out to you?
Because this was one of the first games I played on the Super Nintendo. So, you know, I had a Genesis and my cousin had a Super Nintendo, and I always wanted a Super Nintendo. Like you said, grass is always greener. They had Street Fighter before we
Yeah.
did. Look how I'm talking.
Whoa!
Yeah, that guy's awesome.
just a
Just
head.
a horse head.
Okay, there has to be fiction about these heads living. Medusa heads are alive in this world. Horse heads are those unicorn heads?
They
No,
don't
maybe
horse.
just horses. The ear every once in a while
I
looks
think they're
like
bicorn. Looks like they have like really pointy ears.
Bicorn?
Just like two horns. So
They're
that's like
bicorns.
Is that a
Maybe a
real
goat?
thing?
No.
It is now.
Oh, okay. I'm super gullible, so
I'll tell you what, unicorn isn't a real thing either.
what?
I
Come
heard
on.
There's one.
Why isn't your health going up?
Yeah.
Oh, the hearts are your special attacks,
Oh.
right?
Oh,
That's
yeah, yeah.
right.
That's always the really
The turkey's the health. That's right.
always
The
throw
wall
me off.
turkey.
Dracula is always super nice to actually.
What's
include
happening
those.
out the window? There's like a blue dog just hanging out.
Oh, I never even
There's a
noticed
couple.
that.
Yeah,
That's like there's
there's
skeleton horses out there.
Oh, dude, you know what game I just thought of that I was a big like
Shit.
horror.
That's rough.
I was a big like horror fan. Was Splatterhouse 2 was one of my favorite
Oh, yeah.
games.
Yeah, Splatterhouse. Those games were pretty gruesome.
Yeah, on the
tough.
Genesis.
Yeah, you have to punch a lot of weird monsters to death.
What was it? 6 Golden Coins. Did you ever play the Super Mario Land 2 on Game Boy? There were like Jason head mask enemies walking around that Mario
that's
game
right.
with, like,
I remember
knives
that.
sticking out of their heads.
They had knives stuck in their masks. Also, speaking of Splatterhouse, there's this weird Famicom game that we played, which was just like a really kiddie, like, kind of like cutesy version of Splatterhouse. I don't know if you'd heard about that at all, but it's really odd. It almost seems more like a Kirby game or something.
Yeah, we did that in an episode of the show where we took a look at all the Splatterhouse games.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Including that Famicom one that was
The
like...
first one was on the TurboGrafx, right?
I think the first one was like for sure arcade, and then the ports were all over the place.
Yeah, they were everywhere.
Yeah. It's called the PC Engine.
Yeah.
I think the TurboGrafx was like the best version of it. You know what I mean?
Because it wasn't on the
sure.
Genesis. The first one wasn't on the Genesis, I don't think.
Yeah.
But the second one was, and then the third one was. And then there was a new one. How's the new one? I didn't play it.
Oh, I honestly, Jason, our producer who's leaving soon, he's a big time like Friday the 13th fan and big into Splatterhouse, and he liked the new one, the 3D one.
That game is the friggin' best.
It's really
really?
goofy.
In a really bad way. I love it, though.
It's pretty much a straightforward like action game. You know what I mean? And then you kind of lose elements of your body as you take damage and stuff like
Oh,
that.
that sounds awesome.
The way that neck was moving, that the Mode 7 effect is kind of like the video game equivalent of like claymation. You know? It
Yeah.
just looks a little off, but there's something
Yeah.
cool about it.
Yeah, exactly. It's cool, but not like realistic.
Yes.
And here's some quick vitals. So this is Super Castlevania IV. It came out on Super Nintendo on December 4th, 1991, published and developed by Konami.
So was it a launch title? I thought maybe it was a Super Nintendo launch title, but it could be off.
It was
about that.
pretty early on. I remember.
Close. I don't think it
Yeah.
was launched.
Not
though.
the day and day. Okay.
Yeah, I remember this and like Contra 3 Alien Wars. They were all like early on, the really big games. ActRaiser, right? The first
That game is
ActRaiser,
the game's aged so well. I don't know the last
ActRaiser?
time you guys played ActRaiser, but
The soundtrack on that one too.
oh my god, kind of some Castlevania. Oh, hey, buddy, watch it.
You know what other game had a Jason mask? There was a Genesis game called Kid Chameleon where you put on different masks and you get different powers.
That was like
let go!
it was like their answer to Mario, kind of like with all the different power ups.
Yes.
I mean, besides Sonic.
Yes.
But, yeah, that game was awesome. It's not aged
Oh,
quite
Kid
as well.
Chameleon?
Yeah,
Is it throwing its babies at you?
like Yoshi.
Yeah, it's evil.
It's disturbing.
Are you taking damage when they grab you, or are they just like trying to get your attention?
I think yeah, they just have something
They
to
just
tell
want
me.
help.
We just want to get out of the ground.
If you didn't notice, we're dead.
We're good guys.
Classic purple zombie hands.
Yeah.
This is so great.
You
We
know,
should do a super replay on that.
It's
On Super Castlevania.
there's some good stuff going on in this game. There's cool bosses. Like there's a giant bat that's just made out of treasure. He's pretty cool. He has friends. I don't know, armadillos.
They don't seem particularly evil. They're just kind of hanging out.
The
Yeah.
armadillos.
They're just being armadillos.
What's wrong with you, Tim?
I don't know.
So I fought Dracula, I killed zombies, a couple armadillos. Wait, what? What did you say?
Don't worry about that.
For the pelts. We need the pelts.
It's a varied resume.
I murdered everything. Oh, you got to get up there.
Have you played any of the 3D Castlevanias at all?
I have not. I have one of them.
The first one's really good.
Lords of Shadow is really good.
It is. That's the one I have.
Okay.
Yeah, Kumail met Dracula in our hallway.
Oh my gosh.
When you come to our office,
Yeah.
we have a big Dracula statue sitting there.
I forget that guy's there sometimes.
Sometimes people from other floors get off on our floor by accident.
Yeah.
And I had the privilege of witnessing once this woman was just like taking a picture of it. She had no idea what was going
really?
on. Yeah.
So in our entryway, here's a story that we've told on replay before, but in our entryway, we used to have this Solid Snake statue, or whatever the snake it was from Metal Gear Solid 3.
That's Big Boss.
Okay, we had a big boss statue.
Naked
Sorry,
snake.
guys. But he's got his gun drawn, and our alarm was going off one day. So the police came. They came in, and it was dark, and they saw this guy in the corner. And the cop told us like he almost put a bullet between the statue's eyes.
Oh my gosh. That's the first time I've heard that story. That's
Yeah. So we're like, let's move that to Andy's office. Get him out of the entryway.
Yeah, you guys have some awesome stuff.
Well, now we have Laura Croft with a bow and arrow. So I
Not
mean,
quite as threatening.
Did we
Yeah.
upgrade it all, really?
Maybe she'll get tased or something. Oh, cute little frog. Don't kill it, Tim.
I gotta. I mean, if
No,
it's moving and it's in a
it's
Castlevania
fine.
game, it's bad news.
And
Yeah, you're killing birds.
Don't judge me, all right? I mean, I have a hunting license.
This game is so good.
It is. Oh, I'm almost dead.
Kind of a weird texture back there. You see that? How it's not outlined correctly on that tree stump?
Yeah, what is that?
I think it's just a mishap with the graphics. They didn't line up the color in the background.
Someone was just like, it's fine. No one will notice. It's fine.
Ship the game
But
already.
we got to get this out.
Yeah, we spent too much time with the armadillos. Greg really wanted fucking armadillos in the game.
Which is weird that Greg worked there because it's a Japanese game.
Yeah.
So it's just one guy named Greg.
That was his American name.
He was always a misfit because he was super locked in on armadillos.
Yeah. He was always pitching armadillos.
Who hired Greg?
And then he later made Awesome Possum. So.
That's true. And Armored Armadillo in Mega Man X. Did you play any of the Mega Man games, especially for the Super Nintendo?
I actually didn't. I got a Super Nintendo pretty late. So I played this game. I've played Contra 3.
Okay.
I played the X-Men game, which I loved.
Which one? Like a fighting game, or was it a
Not a
side scroller?
It was a side scroller. It was really good. I forget what it was called. I had
It might have
Arcades.
been
Was it with
X-Men.
Spider-Man?
That's Children of the Atom, is it? No,
It
that's-
was Children of the Atom, I think.
Whoa!
Medusa.
Shoot. Oh, it's all right. You know, I had very low health, but I got Medusa. Her days are numbered.
Oof. But you gotta get your whip back.
Yeah. You know, they always give it to you like in the first few candles.
So this is one you did finish, Kumail, right? Like you played this a bunch and beat it a bunch.
But you know
Okay.
what? It's so this game, I believe it gives you codes, you know, when you get
Passwords and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, so I had this big like honor system when I was a kid. I would never use continues. And I would never use these codes. So I was like, I have to finish it beginning to end in one sitting.
Oh, jeez.
Wait, how many lives? So you'd make yourself like stick to like 3 lives or something?
Yeah, I would make myself
the
stick
hell?
to 3 lives. I
So
don't
when you
know
play
why.
a game, it'd be like a day of your life then. Like
Yeah.
you would just be locked in.
Yeah, I was telling you guys before we started taping Quackshot. I remember I played all day. I played 14 hours. It was the summer, and I came home. My dad came home from work at 10, and I was like, Dad, I had the best day. And he was like, you need to get outside
What
tomorrow.
are you gonna do here?
That's a good question.
You just see, he was going for that frog, man. It really screwed
I
you
told
up.
him to leave the frog alone, and look what happened.
They wouldn't just screw you like that, would they?
Well, yeah, because you tried to kill an innocent frog.
This is Greg.
This
This
is a
is Greg's
lesson.
work.
What? Really? So you're just stuck down here. That's the idea, is that they made this platform. Why would anyone ever want to come down
They're
here?
focusing on the
It's
most
to
stuff.
punish hubris, man.
There was a candle down here I needed to hit. All right. Maybe can I hang from something? Okay, here goes.
Oh,
Okay. It's this stuff.
You're like
Okay.
Jesus.
Look at that.
Okay.
Yeah, the Belmonts are like Jesus.
Well, I'm glad you killed that frog
Thank you.
because we learned something.
The Belmonts are a good clan. Oh wait,
They're good people.
I should have gotten that
Well,
before the
chicken
fight.
or turkey.
It's
Eat it.
useless.
No, get it.
It's useless. That's just you know
just-
what?
It's wasting food.
Yeah, it just blinks away. There are people in Hyrule who have nothing to eat.
You were just punishing me or you were just scolding me for being too greedy. And
No, not too greedy for killing a frog.
and now I'm wasting food.
So, Kumail, I want to ask you about the Xbox conference. Obviously, we're taking a look at old games now, but you're very a big gamer in modern game today as well.
Yes.
And Microsoft invited you to be a part of their press conference. What was that like? They just kind of show up on set, or did you guys travel to them?
Oh yeah, no, they have this. Xbox has this space in Culver City, in Venice, west side of LA, where they sort of have these Xbox parties and stuff, and they have huge TVs, and they do like sort of game launches there, but they just sort of invite a couple people to play. So I played Titanfall there before it ever came out. So they asked me, they were like, "Hey, do you want to come talk about video games, and you'll be on the E3 conference, and we'll give you a couple free video games." And I was like, "Yeah, sure."
Sounds like a secret society for Xbox.
It's really kind of cool because I've been a gamer my whole life, and now like I sometimes get to play games before they come out and stuff. It's
We do too occasionally.
I'm sure you guys. Well, for me, like if game reviewer is the ultimate like job. To
Well,
It's-
you
Let's
you
think
get
twice
to,
about that.
you get to play them, and then you don't really have to report back, right?
No,
like
I don't.
we have to sit there and take notes and make sure we know what we're doing.
You gotta write a whole thing.
Well, I do this podcast about video games with my wife called The Indoor Kids on Nerdist.
Oh, awesome.
So we do, it was hard because it's only 2 of us, and then we would play a game for a while, and then we'd have to move on to the next game, and then I just sort of decided, like, you know what? I'm not gonna try and get to every game. Like, I haven't even started Watch Dogs yet.
Neither have I, so don't feel too bad, I guess.
It looks good, but
It's okay, in my opinion.
it's one of those games that, like, when they first showed it, everyone was like, "Holy shit, this is gonna change everything."
yeah.
And then they didn't show anything for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, look
It's
at
a
the
lot worse.
slowdown. Look at the
It's great.
slowdown.
That's what you get for being ambitious.
Yeah. It's the transparent water effects, I think.
Speaking of Nerdist and Indoor Kids, I know there's another comedian, Brent Weinbach, who is on the network with the Legacy Music Hour. Have you met Brent?
I'm friends with Brent. He's great guy, the weirdest man in America.
He is an odd duck, but he is infinitely entertaining, and his knowledge of old games and old game music.
Specifically music.
Yeah.
He does not play any game past 16-bit.
Yeah,
he thinks they're horrible.
Yeah. Except unless it's like, was it like
Rayman.
Wario Shake It or Wario Land Shake It?
Yeah, he does. He does Wario Land Shake It.
And Rayman Legends? Or
what are you
Origins?
talking about? He's like, that's the best game. It is objectively not the best game.
That's great to hear that you guys are friends because
he's been on the show as well.
Yeah.
We've had him twice?
Yeah, he played a Mario game, or not a Mario game. It was a Mickey game. It wasn't Castle of Illusion. It was another one of those Magic Quest games.
He's big into he'll get Japanese games that never came out. Like what's the game? Mother. What's it called?
Oh yeah, Earthbound.
Earthbound.
Mother.
Yeah, the original Mother never came out in America, and then Mother 3 also never came out in America.
Yeah, so he's got all of them. Oh, I love these guys. Yeah.
That never gets old.
That's great.
Get away from it.
Yeah. Just kind of shooing him off.
Is that rain hurting you, by the way?
No,
Or the drips?
it's your
The
friend.
drops? You know what? I can test.
It doesn't. You're fine. It's just to
Oh.
look cool.
Look at this.
All right,
Let me.
we can,
Oh, I want to feel it. Oh.
We can trust Kumail now.
Right.
What's that, Kyle?
Kumail said the water wouldn't hurt us, and it didn't. So I said we can now trust Kumail.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know this game, guys.
Clearly, who's the boss at the end of this one? Is this the treasure batch or? do you
No,
remember?
this is not the treasure bat. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember what it is, but this level in my head is getting confused with one of the with not Revenge of Shinobi, but the next one. What was this next Shinobi game called?
This might seem like a joke answer, but was it just Shinobi 3?
Shinobi 3.
Yeah.
That's right. I think it's called Shinobi 3 Revenge of the Ninja Master.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
A lot of revenge
Nice.
in that universe, and people getting back at each other.
And there's a level that looks a lot like this, and the bad guy in that one is this big boss that's in the background.
Oh.
Oh, this is pretty
Oh, is it like one of the big hands that comes forward?
Yeah, he's got hands that come out, and then you fight him at the end. So I keep thinking that he's the boss of this one, but it's not. But the palette is the same in this level and that game.
Ah, meat. God, I love wall meat. I like the scrolling backgrounds too, like how they're all moving on different.
Like
Oh
offset.
yeah, They called it parallax
Yeah.
scrolling.
It's just beautiful. And the color tones in this game are fantastic.
The music's so good too.
And also, Simon's just pink, which is cool. I mean, like really pink.
The thing is, after you hit him, you're just killing children after that. Like that guy killed that guy. But
think-
those are just a 4-year-old.
Listen, I'm comfortable with armadillos. I actually feel worse about the armadillos. And what are we standing on here? They look like weird little Metroids.
Just don't ask.
Little
fine.
Metroids.
No one will notice. It's fine.
Yeah, like petrified Metroids. That'd be so cool if those two series collided at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, because they've been flirting with each other so much in design, like
Yeah.
with Symphony and Super Metroid. Yeah, if they just finally
Yeah,
went for
totally.
it.
Samus just has to go take out Dracula.
That would be amazing. I would sign up for that immediately.
They should. They're always getting third parties to make Metroid. They should get Konami to make a Metroid.
Or Koji Igarashi,
Yeah.
who is the original creator of Symphony of the Night,
Yeah,
left
yeah.
Konami, and he could totally go and do some Metroid stuff.
So, Kumail, do you like this sort of? Did you play Symphony of the Night?
Yes, I did.
So, do you prefer this kind of old, sort of focused level to level Castlevania, or do you like the big open?
You know,
Castlevania?
it took me a while to get into those because I have a really, really bad sense of direction, and I still do in real life. I get lost all the time. It's very, very hard.
It took you 5 hours to get to the office today,
Yeah, yeah.
which I thought was.
Well, that was my fault, to be
Yeah.
fair. So,
so despite the maps, those still get tricky.
So this, for instance, Revenge of Shinobi, which is a game we talked about, one of my favorite games. It's a Genesis game. The last level of that took me forever to get to it. Last level is sort of like that, where it's a big labyrinth. You go to the door on the right, and then there's 3 doors, and you pick one, do all of that kind of stuff. And I was never able to beat it just because I could never get it straight in my head.
And then, another weird one was, we were talking about Quackshot, but that one has the Indiana Jones style map, but that one gets really confusing, even if you're not playing in Japanese, trying to keep track of where you need to go, and
Yeah.
you have to do some backtracking, which is weird for a Genesis Disney game.
Yeah, you'd never. I think that was maybe the first time I'd seen stuff like that.
Yeah. Man, that game was awesome. we talk about Quackshot so much on this.
Do you guys?
We do.
We really
Yeah,
do. We
we
bring it
do.
up like
Oh, wow.
at least every couple months. And if people are listening to this or watching this and they haven't played Quackshot yet, I don't know how to get it. I don't know if it's on Virtual Console, but
I don't think
think
you
it
can
is.
kill that thing.
no, I can't really. That thing's
Oh, I
invulnerable.
thought you did kill one earlier.
No.
Oh.
I think that's
Wow,
my.
I would have
that's-
jumped straight up and then waited for it to go
That's-
under again.
That's what I would have done too.
Yeah, maybe I was.
This is
Again,
a Dr. Hubris over here.
that's my. Yeah, that's my alter ego.
This is Tim's gamer tag.
Yeah, killing babies, frogs, armadillos.
And baby armadillos. Dr. Hubris is a pretty.
It's a good name.
Yeah, I'd take it. And then you just have weeds, which is like. Just slightly below armadillos.
Yeah, we're here too.
We're part of this.
Don't forget about it.
Ooh,
Weeds.
can you get over there?
It's gonna
not
take
worth it,
tricky
man.
timing.
It's not
I don't
Wait,
think
hold
it's
on,
worth
hold on, hold on.
You can do it. Oh,
Thank you for your faith. All right, hold on. Is that just a bat?
truthfully, I wanted you to die so you could learn a lesson.
There's no holding me back. Is that just a gold bat that's sole existence is to hold that ring so I can swing from it?
It's
know,
like a Harry Potter thing.
I had never noticed that they were bad.
Yeah, I honestly don't think I had noticed
I
either.
had never noticed that.
I hope we get into some of the Mode 7 stuff.
Yeah, there's the level that the whole thing rotates. I don't think that's too far off now.
We got to be close.
I mean, these games aren't that long. Like, it probably takes you a couple of hours to beat it
Yeah.
beginning to end.
If you don't... Oh, shoot! Oh, man, I didn't even notice that was happening.
Should have done your
Dr.
walk on
Hubris meets
water.
his downfall.
Yeah, here we are. You asked for it.
Oh, those guys are classics. They were green in the first Castlevania,
mermen?
right?
Yeah.
They show up all the time. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see. It's a slightly different colored...
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
Oh!
Oh, this is punishing.
It's tough.
This could
Okay.
be...
No, you got it.
All right. Hopefully this isn't my undoing.
Might have to hand it over to Kumail.
Yeah, Kumail, here's a question for you.
Yes.
Obviously, you grew up playing games, and it's a time and place type of thing. Playing games as kids, you had more time to do it.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy gaming more now or back then? Do you think we're going the wrong way, or do you think games are going the right way?
I think games are going the right way. I think this is the best that video games have ever been. Obviously, these games are awesome and I love them, but, something like Last of Us or...
Right.
Even you guys are the Tomb Raider stretch. The new Tomb Raider is awesome.
yeah.
Like, this is a great time to, be into video games. They're so good right now. There's so much great stuff.
What do you typically like playing? It sounds like the adventure games or the story-driven games.
Yeah, I like those, but like I said, I really love Mario Kart right now. I'm also playing the new Infamous. I still haven't beaten that. I'm playing that, and I really like the new Castlevania game actually. So that's really good, I think. So just kind of, I play everything. I like sports games too. I like the NBA games.
Wow, you do play everything.
Yeah, I try and play everything. The only things I don't do like strategy games.
We're hiring right now. I don't know if the acting gig, acting. Yeah, you said your dream job's writing about games.
Oh my God, so far back.
Yeah, no kidding.
What?
No, seriously, I got a merman came out of the water.
He
listened
just
to
spat
this.
at you.
He spit at me.
he
As if
just-
that's not insulting enough, I drowned to death.
He just spat you to death.
Yeah, it was really rough.
Oh man.
Well, Tim, we can keep going here, or we can move on to the second game and spend more time with it.
Yeah, I'll leave it
What
up
do
to you
you,
guys. Which
Here, can I play this for a second?
Oh, yeah,
Hold on,
yeah.
let me hand it over.
Sorry, we're hogging.
I'm gonna-
it here.
I'm
Oh,
gonna go.
no. I just want to try it. But let's go to the second game. What's the second game going to be?
You get to pick, and that's going to be a surprise. So we'll.
Oh, I'm going all the way back to the beginning, so you have a fresh start.
But you killed
So-
everything.
Jump, and then this is your super up there.
All right.
Your special.
Okay. So it's going to be surprise for me or surprise for people?
For
Everybody,
people.
all of us.
Yeah, for people.
Okay.
You get to pick it.
All right.
We have a stack here for Kumail.
This game still controls really well. I mean, you honestly can control him in the midair like more than the previous games. You have just more control over him in general. I remember like the Belmonts were like bricks in the previous
See,
games.
I'm going to just let these guys live because they can go to school, learn to be good members of society.
Oh, you took a few chips.
I don't want to kill them.
You're doing pacifist here?
Pacifist run.
Wow.
Whoa.
Not bad.
See, this is how you play
right.
Castlevania,
Yeah,
Tim.
clearly, I've been doing it all wrong.
You're even leaving the bats alone. Oh, never mind.
No.
Bats-
Fuck the bats.
They're disgusting, filthy things. How about
Bats. Sorry, I was going to go on a tirade about how bats are terrible in every game, but
Yeah,
we
they're
can skip
bad
that.
guys in every
what about
game.
Arrow the Acrobat? Yeah, he's also pretty bad.
Yeah, he's
actually.
terrible.
Well, that was that great era where there were a ton of these mascot games, right?
Yeah.
Arrow the Acrobat and
Every company had at least one of them.
Bubsy.
Did you ever play Ristar?
Yes, I played Ristar.
You did. Okay.
I did.
Actually not that long ago. We booted that up for the first time on replay, and
Still really
that game's
good.
awesome. What else was like that? I mean, Dynamite Heady to an extent.
never
Croc.
played that
Remember
one.
Croc?
Croc, Bomberman, they tried to really go for in the 64.
Do you remember? Well, Awesome Possum was like that,
Yes.
right? Do you guys remember James Pond?
yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Punky Skunk.
Oh, Punky Skunk. Yeah.
Oh, and who's that? Green Dog. You guys remember Green Dog?
Yeah, the kid with the hat on backwards and the shades.
Wait, was his
right?
name just Green Dog?
He was like was that his name? He was
He
like
was like a
surfer.
teenage kid, right?
He was like
Really?
a surfer.
Green Dog.
All right.
This is
You
one I'm not
committing to
doing.
this?
Stay in school.
Oh, you gotta be careful.
Oh my God! Hey,
God.
listen, you can't make an omelet without killing a few children.
I think that's the phrase.
If you die here, it'll be a noble death. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh! Look at this. This is amazing. This is
Yeah! Right. Only 2 kids had to die. Only 2 child golems. Well done.
And fuck the bats.
And fuck the bats.
And you just created a whole new style of speed run and skill skill playthrough for
Yeah.
Castlevania 4 fans
It's,
everywhere.
If an enemy,
it's morality based.
Yeah.
if an enemy appears
Oh.
to be under the age of 5, they
All right,
deserve
let's
to
go to
live.
the
Let's
next
move
one.
on to our second segment.
Yeah, can we turn it up? Because there's awesome audio.
Yeah. All right, this is Techno Cop on Sega Genesis. I know nothing about this game. I don't think anybody does except Kumail.
Kumail said it's really good.
Well, if he says so.
Ah, what is that?
Is that Columbo?
We know we can trust Kumail because of the rain. Kumail said this is a great game.
Well, this is what it was. So
You guys have similar hairstyles, actually.
I've modeled my whole life after Technocop.
It's been working out.
We have similar skin tone as well. This was a game that they really promoted as being like an adult game, very violent, and my cousin got it, and I was again jealous that he had it. So how it works is you got to get to the scene of the crime, and then when you get there, you have to kill the bad guys.
Oh, I'm going to do
Okay,
that.
so Tim's playing.
What are the odds I even get there? How good are these driving segments?
They're obviously amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're shooting ketchup or something? I don't know what that
Where is he going? Where's this guy?
Oh!
Hey,
Drunk driver,
hey.
look out!
Watch, stay in your
I'm
lane.
a cop. I'm a techno cop.
Why does
What is he doing?
Why does Technocop have no lights or sirens?
So is
Is that
like
a bad guy?
Oh jeez.
Spin out.
So is
Not
that like
good,
technically
dude.
cop or is that like
Technically cop.
I'm technically a cop.
Yeah.
More accurately, I'm just a bad guy.
Just a flashy vigilante with a ketchup gun.
Yeah.
or
Oh.
like jawbreakers or something? I don't know what you're shooting.
Okay. Grammy held hostage. Suspect extremely violent. Dead or alive? Pulling over now.
Is I got a construction?
Where? Where is he pulling over?
He's going. He's at the building. You'll see. There he is.
What?
You see how?
He's got a Pit Boy from Fallout.
How is this place close to where we were driving?
Wait, was
Oh, you see what I mean? Look at how they just
Is
burst
he just giving a
into-
thumbs up?
You just murdered another child.
I gotta drop the controller for a second. I'm trying to process what happened here. Oh my god.
He's got his left hand out in front of him
oh my
permanently.
God.
Look at that. Dan Butch is the bad guy's name. He's 23. You only
Tim,
have 2.5 minutes,
yeah,
dude.
there's a timer.
I'm trying to hitchhike out of here.
And it's not real time.
Oh, okay, all right.
You shoot.
The jump button makes you go like 20 feet
Yeah, he's
over
he's-
toxic waste. Hold on.
technically-
Hey,
so when you kill people, they kind of burst into just a bunch of blood and guts.
Was he not supposed to kill that kid? What? You
I
just
don't
shot
think-
water?
Oh, you switched it to the net. Go to the gun. That's not as interesting. Go to the gun. Go to the gun. Yeah, there you go. That's the gun.
So you're the mass.
Oh, Jason.
Has a mass of 230.
oh, he twitches before he dies. And hello. Conehead.
Yeah.
Hey, give the lady a thumbs up.
Good job, lady.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Where's that
Hey,
thumb
hey,
going?
hey.
All
Come on,
right.
Tim.
Okay.
We're out of here.
All right.
Punk.
All right.
Just punk. Use your. Oh, you should have used your epic jump.
Oh!
It sounds like you're like slurping up something.
What are these pipes going to?
Time limit exceeded. Criminals escape. Return to car. You don't have much
And
time.
then he just falls over.
He's taking a nap.
0
0
points.
You didn't
So
get a
he has to
promotion.
fly through this environment to get the
yeah,
guy, right?
it's pretty hard.
So Dan Butch
oh,
got away.
look
Side
at that. This side up, upside down. This game doesn't give a fuck. This bad guy just has a whip. In the future, you know guns have been invented, right?
top side down. All right.
So it's going for kind of a cyberpunk feel.
Of
it
course,
seems
yeah.
like with the
Boombox.
enemy design.
Yeah, it certainly is.
He kind of looks like David Hasselhoff or something.
Yeah, he really does. He's got it going on.
So are the cone heads? Is that supposed to be their hair, or is it like what is it?
Jason,
They have mohawks.
Oh, mohawks. Okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
it's like a green mohawk.
Yeah, get out of there, man.
Dan Butch.
Oh,
No, I didn't want to
We-
shoot that child.
we
Please
need
believe
Kumail
me.
to take the controller
you
back.
killed the
This is,
replacement kid too. Yeah, the word condemned was misspelled in the background. All right. Okay, so now you're gonna get another call. Okay. So.
Thankfully, conveniently, all the crimes are committed along this this expansive highway.
Yeah. How is that alley close to?
Yeah, it gets the country really
We're
falls
like in the
apart real
wilderness.
quick.
Yeah. There's
Yeah,
nothing out
we
here.
really are. And
It's
there
like
are
Wisconsin or Iowa or something.
there's signposts all over. What do they say?
Just like stay on the road.
Yeah, they're telling you to take a right.
There it is. You need to be there in 4 minutes. Distance scene of crime is 11 units.
11 crime units out
11
of 10.
future crime units.
This is a good suggestion. I feel like I've heard of this game, and I've maybe like looked at it when I was like renting games at like a video store or
Yeah,
something.
I used to see ads for this in like EGM and stuff, and
Yeah.
be like, "Oh, this is the game I gotta get." And then the way we do it in Pakistan, how it was they were all sort of bootlegs. So you'd go and you could trade games for like $1. So I had like 5 games, and I would just keep trading them. Approach with caution, armed and dangerous.
Have you
Okay.
gotten any like just hilariously modded like knockoff games before?
I got Mortal Kombat 2 before it ever came out, and if you did Baraka's, the move where he does all the slicing, the game would freeze.
it just couldn't handle it.
You couldn't handle it. And Melina, Baraka was always 2 feet off the ground.
Oh, whoa.
And-
so it was really early version. Or
Yeah,
really
and-
buggy version.
Yeah, really buggy version, but it was before the game ever came out. I played it. Yeah, and we had a ton of like,
Oh, no.
I just got murdered.
Oh, no, he's
no.
okay.
go.
Taking a
Stop
nap.
or you only have 3 minutes, dude.
Do you know where I'm going? Just down the elevator?
Where are
That's
any of
probably
us
good.
going?
They just give up on you once you're in the elevator. Oh well.
Yeah, keep going. Keep going.
I just want to shoot
You
that.
Don't
only
worry
have
about
3
that guy.
minutes.
There.
Oh,
He's dead. Yeah, don't net anybody. Just go.
His limbs are severed, but he's still kind of like twitching.
What does netting do?
That's not it. It's just sort of a passive way of,
It's like Mass Effect, good
non-lethal.
bad guy.
Oh, did you see that? The giant rat.
it bit my leg, and now
Yeah.
he had to jump around.
Okay, this is a dead end. 2
we're not
minutes
gonna
left.
do it?
No,
No.
we're gonna
I'm
do
fine.
it.
I'm fine.
2 minutes. Okay, go to the right, I think.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know the levels, but they all look exactly the same.
Is this one that you finished, Kumail?
No.
No. Okay.
At least we have a giant textured human hand that's taking up half the screen.
Yeah. This is like you remember Xenophobia only at half the screen?
Yeah.
That was a good game.
Spy versus Spy.
Spy versus
That's
Spy.
true.
That's right. Man,
I used to play Xenophobia in the arcade all the time.
40 seconds, Tim.
I just played it. Come on. Go in the elevator.
I'm going.
30 seconds.
We're gonna have to get you to do. Oh, get that thing. It's a bomb.
Is that bad?
I don't think so.
No, it's one of those good bombs.
Do I defuse it? Is that a skill I have?
Oh,
Well, what the hell?
Where was Dave
All
Rock?
right, go to the left and see maybe he was there.
All right.
Is he still going to stick around or is
No, he's gone.
He leaves the scene.
Is that him?
Oh,
hey.
can you go in that door?
And that picture of the criminal is vague enough where that could be him.
Yeah, how's that the picture they went with?
I really want to get one criminal just for like my own
No, we have
self-worth.
to. We have to.
Is it? It's a
you
boss
have,
fight.
You
right?
have 7 minutes and then we're done, Tim.
Okay.
It's all the time you have left.
All right, let's do this.
I'm booking
let's
it.
do this.
No more guys. I'm not going to try to kill a child.
Really putting his shoulders into that lock.
Yeah, he's really top heavy. He's just sort of stumbling forward.
It's that gigantic computer
Don't-
he wears on his wrist. It's been building up muscle.
Don't kill any children.
Taking
Yeah,
a nap.
replacement kid's got to be here somewhere.
Why doesn't he just falls over sometimes?
You're almost dead. You only have 1 health unit
Oh
left.
crap!
All right, maybe it resets now. So here
I
we
hope
go.
so.
Turbocharger awarded. Why are they giving you rewards? You've done nothing.
But kill children.
You did kind of prioritize the child when you first went. You realized you shot him first before you shot the criminals.
Yeah.
It's true. I
There's that
canoodle.
red car again.
I canoodle with prostitutes and shoot children. That's pretty much my time of the force.
All right, let's see what this
Technically
case is about. The first one, there was a Grammy who was kidnapped.
And there's no music in this game, right?
It's gritty.
Yeah.
Man, I'm just really
It's like real life, right?
They really went for, it has to be grounded, real. As you can see.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
It's sort of like, these segments are like shitty road blasters.
Yes. Which shitty Road Blasters was the worst Road Blasters game. Yeah. But at least they
just
fall
phoned
They
that
were
one in.
really open about it.
Yeah.
Why are you shooting these cars? These are just people like trying to get to work.
Are they? I assume they're all criminals.
No.
They're not doing anything to you.
They're just driving. You're first of all riding the median. You're not.
Listen,
Stick to a lane.
there's a lot of space on the median
I think
here.
it's a
Okay, here we
one-way
go.
street.
Okay, it's a 232 in progress at the drug deal.
deal.
Okay,
Okay.
that's a drug deal in progress. You got to break up. Shoot to kill.
Oh,
okay, that
Mohawk
guy looks
man.
badass.
Taxi
Yeah,
driver.
he does.
I don't want to. I just want to be friends with him.
No. All right, here we go.
5 minutes. Let's see.
Okay, so this is a tough.
That's all the time we have, Tim.
Is this
All
it?
right.
Make
Go.
it count.
I'm just gonna shoot.
Rob
Where's his
Kroll.
health? Oh, he only has 1 health point.
I think you want to do a lot of jumping. I think
Rob
that's
Kroll.
probably what you should do.
You're just emptying your gun into.
What? I don't have to reload ever, so
That's how cops do it, man.
How'd you not die there?
I don't know.
He shot the knife. Well, there's that rat. That rat's no good.
Should I keep going?
I would keep going. Clear out a level. That seems like the way to go.
Oh no! All right,
the Whip
okay.
Brothers. You got them.
I think that was just a towel, you know? Like a towel that
Yeah,
sort of-
they were just doing some horseplay.
That's just horseplay. Hey, buddy, why are you
Thrash.
shooting us?
Oh my god!
Oh man!
Well, that's going to do it.
really? That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
That's so unsatisfying.
I know.
We're out of time.
In fact,
Kumail, thank you so much for being on our show. That was a
Oh, my
blast.
God.
If you ever want to be on it again and you're in Minnesota, the odds of that probably not very great, but if you're ever here, let us know. We'd
I'm
love
just
to have you
gonna
on again.
hang out in that room
in the vault.
with all the games.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll roll out a little sleeping bag and get a little
Yeah,
pillow
don't
for you.
even, don't
Maybe
even get a hotel next time. Just stay in
Yeah,
our
I don't
vault.
even need to play the games. I just need to look at the boxes.
Well, that's going to conclude our episode, everyone. As always, a new one airs every Saturday at 8 a.m. on GameInformer.com and YouTube. We'll see you next week.
Yeah. Thanks for coming. That was a blast.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. I've been playing the fuck out of Mario Kart.
It's really good,
Yeah, it's great.
especially that Bowser level.
It's so exciting when you get good at a Rainbow Road again. You know, like, it's so like you know exactly like how to do the drift turn. It's
yeah.
it feels so good. I've got like my rig. What do you
Your
guys
rig.
use?
Let me know when you're ready, Jason. Okay, I'm gonna do.
I don't know
just
which
a quick
pieces, but I'm sticking with motorcycles.
So, we're on Castlevania right now.
Rosalina.
Shovel Knight. Oh, hold on a second. Well, why didn't that work?
I do Donkey Kong
Okay, hold on. I'm
and
gonna try.
Here, hit the home button, Jay.
this
And then you should be able to do this.
data has
Can you highlight
finished
there?
installing.
Okay, we're on friends list right now. So, okay, friends list, Miiverse, eShop, Internet, Nintendo, Miiverse, friends list. Okay.
That's our way of syncing up the
Okay.
audio with the video.
Oh, great.
Oh, okay. So great.
And proving Tim can read.
And should I get ready to go? And then as